So I'm curious, my friends, have you ever had a situation, maybe even this morning, you've had a talk with someone that has just rubbed you in every kind of wrong way? I mean, what they say, our 11-year-old son says, it triggers you. Maybe someone says something or does something that goes against deeply held belief. In that moment, what happens physiologically? Well, we go into kind of fight or flight mode. We go into the emotional center of our brain called the limbic system. Some call this rat brain. And in that moment, when we are triggered or we have something that really frustrates us, it never ends well when we react or when we say something in that emotional center. In fact, I'm curious, how many of you have ever had a moment where someone rubbed you wrong and you responded back in that moment? Just me, maybe a couple of us. And the follow-up question is, how did that go for you? How did that end for you? If it's like me, usually not well, because sometimes we do or say things that we don't even really mean, and we cannot take those things back. So in these times, we want to be able to pause and give our brain some space to really process what's going on. In this time, if you've heard of the 5 whys, I always like to ask this question: why am I so flared up right now? Why is this bothering me? And keep digging deeper and deeper. Really even pausing just to look at the world around us right now and all that is happening and all that's being experienced. Days like today are so important to pause and say, oh man, things are not right. We've got to pause and really begin to rethink how we position as we go forward to create something that's equitable for everyone. And so we want to replace our immediate responses and reactions with time to really get our mind in a good place. I love what Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist Viktor Frankl said. He said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose our response. And in our response lies our growth and freedom. My friends, there is power in pausing. So I encourage us all to pause today and to think about a situation where you may need to hit that pause button.